Set must have virtual network, then VPN gateway. So what is VPN gateway? What is the use of VPN gateway? So VPN gateway is make you to securely communicate from on-premises to the cloud, cloud to on-premises. How do you make any security with using a VPN gateway? The VPN gateway is responsible for encrypt and decrypt the traffic. So why do I need to have this VPN? Sorry. So the VPN gateway is the responsible for encrypt and decrypt the traffic. So why do I need to encrypt? So for the security purpose, I am encrypting the traffic. Why do I need the security? These point to site and site to site, the traffic goes over. The traffic goes over from where? The network only. The traffic goes over public. So when it is the traffic goes over the public, it is insecure. So that could be the reason we need to encrypt the traffic. So for the encrypt, if you encrypt the traffic, no one can trace your traffic. Let's assume that we have created like a banking. So while you are doing some transaction from like your credit card transactions and all, if it is a publicly going, so if it is not encrypted, so someone can easily hack your credit card details and password details. So to avoid that, the VPN gateway is encrypt your network traffic. So while you connecting from on-premises to the cloud, that could be the reason you must have the VPN gateway. So how the authentication can be done using the VPN client. VPN client is nothing but your self-signed certificate. You need to create the self-signed certificate. I mean to say the VPN client which you would like to communicate from the single client machine to cloud. Okay, so these are all the steps we need to do to create a point to site connectivity. Okay, so then
Krishna, sorry to interrupt you. Could you please share the screen?
one second. Oh, so we can see me, right? Sir, magnify. Okay. Okay. Now let's go ahead and create the first. What is the thing? We need to create the virtual network. To create the virtual network, so you will get the requirement from the customer like this. This is the customer requirement. So basically, forget about this. Just think what are the prerequisites do you need to create the network? మీకు ఏమేమి కావాలి? So let's assume that customer ask to create the network. That is a virtual network. So what kind of information do you ask to the customer to create a virtual network? So just think before going that I will log into the portal. What is the portal? Or the portal address? Portal.azure.com. Okay. Okay, this is the portal. See, by default it is a free subscription. You could get 13,300 credit limit to host your services. Everyone can able to see, right? Okay. If you click this, you can see all the services which is available. So Microsoft Azure supports more than 140 services, like respect to virtual machines, databases, artificial intelligence, data science, related with all of it. Okay, so now, so by default, when you create a free subscription, Microsoft will create an account on Microsoft domain. What is that? On Microsoft domain. If you go and check here, see, there you can see that what is the domain. You could see that isb.edu. So this account has created based on one particular organization. If you use any Gmail or if you use any Outlook, by default Microsoft will be created on Microsoft account by default. If you use any organization, let's take an example like Ramesh at the rate TCS.com. What is the TCS here? TCS is the parent domain. Based on that domain, your account will be created. So if you use any other than domain, if you use any Gmail or Outlook, Microsoft will create a free subscription for you using on Microsoft domain. For you it will create the default dummy domain, that is on Microsoft domain. So basically how it works in a real time, okay, main domain, that is assume it as we have Amazon.com. Amazon, assume it just that is an Amazon. That is your parent domain. So under the domain, you may have under the parent, under the tenant, we do call it as a tenant. Under the tenant, you may have subdomains. What are the subdomains of Amazon? This is the standard procedure wherever you go. Okay. Amazon.in, Amazon.uk, Amazon.au. Okay, this is the subdomains of Amazon. Clear? These subdomains are individual domains again. Individual domains again. Now, as I told that these are all the individual domains. There is no correlation between the subdomains. Now, I am going to have the application for UK or India. For this, I have multiple environments like dev, test, production. Like. So for this, each and every deployment environment, you might have one subscription, different subscription. Getting it or not? So development ki oka subscription, testing oka subscription, production ko subscription. Why they are dividing like? So Microsoft charged based on the subscription level. So when how Microsoft is charging, if you spin up 100 virtual machines, you are creating 100 networks. It doesn't matter. But Microsoft only charge based on subscription. Under the subscription, how many services are running? Based on that, Microsoft will send you the invoice. So if you use the subscription for the different environment, that would be very easy to calculate the amount for how much you are spending for a particular environment. Getting it or not? It's completely your wish. It's not enough. Microsoft is not saying that it's a mandatory to use each one subscription for one environment. You might have one subscription. Under the one subscription, you can divide it into the multiple environments under the same subscription. It doesn't matter. So, but the recommended way is to have one subscription for one environment to segregate the cost of your spending limit. Okay, here dev subscription so if you have any doubt such as if you the individual subscriptions, how do we as part of one organization, how do we make sure the communication? Make a doubt also. Getting it or not? See, individual subscriptions. If you create the individual subscriptions, organization is the one. So how do you make sure to communicate all this? That we'll go and see in the next couple of classes. So coming to the develop environment, the network will be separate. Coming to the production, the network will be separate. So why? Because the dev one test subscription will be the internal subscriptions. Production should be exposed to the internet. Okay. How do you secure and how do you make sure to communicate all this with the different subscription? We will see in the next coming classes. Okay. So now the subscriptions are okay. So now you tell me what is the first and mandatory thing you must have in resource group portal, ARM, Azure Resource Manager portal. What is the first and mandatory thing you need to have to create the service? Emundali.
Need to create resource group.
To create, I would like to create a VNet. Yes, you need to have the resource group. Unless if you do not have resource group, it does not allow you to create any resource. Okay. Under the subscription, you may need the resource group. Under the resource groups, you might have the resources, that is the VNet, VM, blah blah blah. How many resources you want to deploy, you can deploy. This is the standard format. This is the recommended way to deploy your services. So now being as, let's assume that I am a developer. Being as a developer, I would get only access to this subscription. That's it. Being as a tester, I would like to get only access to this subscription. Okay. So here, what is the backdrop? Ikkada backdrop enti? So being as a, this is the one organization only, right? This is the single organization. Why don't you get access for the single organization? You can do it. The problem is, see how many subscriptions you are having now? 3 subscriptions. You mean to say you need to pay three amount to the three subscriptions. So if you have a startup company, you don't have that much budget for the cloud services. So this is managing the three subscriptions is the tedious task. So in that scenario, what you can do, again, tenant. What is the tenant? Amazon. Amazon is the tenant. Okay. Under the Amazon, you might have again subdomains. Okay. Domain. Okay. Then you might have only single subscription. So if you have the only single subscription, now you are dividing your environments. Then you need to think about dev resource group, test resource group, and product resource. You are dividing your environment from resource group level, not at the subscription level. By managing one subscription, you can divide your environments with the multiple resource groups. Likewise, you can save cost without having multiple subscriptions. This also can be done. There are the two ways. So, for the better security purpose, first approach is the best approach. This is the second approach. You need to save some cost. You can secure this from this way also. But the large organization for the large deployments, so managing the security is the tedious task. In that scenario, we do go for the first approach. Clear so far? So we do call it as a subscription and user management. How do you manage your subscriptions? Okay, how do you manage your subscriptions? Again, you no need to worry about this. This will be taken care by your architect. Architect will design how many subscriptions you might have, how many resources you might have. All this will be managed and created by your architect. Clear so far? So this is the standard approach. This is the standard approach. So ఈ Amazon.uk అనేది ఒక కంపెనీకి వెళ్ళొచ్చు. I mean to say TCS, the Amazon.au managed by some Australian company. This Amazon.India managed by some UK company. So let's assume that you working for Amazon. So then you could get what is your user ID? Ramesh at Amazon.in. Then you could get only access to this domain, Amazon.in domain only. There is no point of you go for and get access for this .in. Once you say based on the access, you could get access to all the subdomains. Why? Because .com is the parent domain. That is the tenant. That we do call it as a owner. Owner might have access to all the subscriptions and all the domains. Admin and contributor and user have only access to the subdomains. So we will see all in the AD, Active Directory. As part of just have an idea about this. Okay. So now, if you create your account, Ramesh at Outlook.com. How do Microsoft understand this? So Outlook is not your domain, like TCS or like Wipro. It's not your domain. Outlook is domain of related to the someone. Still, you would like to using that domain to create a free subscription. That could be the reason Microsoft you will create an account Outlook dot on micro Outlook dot on Microsoft.com. That is your domain. Okay. Yesterday everyone try చేశారా created to the subscription వచ్చిందా అవలేదు అయిందా ఇది ఓకే see what is the domain you could see domain isb.edu that is the valid domain okay let me log out from here please చెప్పు
SATWM SCM
SCM
@gmail.
So Gmail is again dummy account, right? Okay.
Satish @51. SATWS @51.
What is your domain here? On Microsoft.com. So for the if you don't use organization level, then it will be created. If you use a Gmail or Outlook or Hotmail or whatever it may be, it will create the one dummy domain on the name of on Microsoft.com. Okay, so this is the feedback form. If you feel that Microsoft Azure do not have one particular feature which you are looking. Let's assume that if you compare with the other clouds, you would like to use that particular feature. You can write it to Microsoft. I need this particular service. So most of the customers looking for that same feature, they will implement it. This is the feedback form. What is the question? Support. If you would like to raise a ticket with the Microsoft, how many support plans would you have? Developer, standard, professional direct and premium. So if you would like to raise a ticket with the Microsoft, any one of the plan you must have among that four. Professional direct. Okay, any one of the plan you must have to raise a ticket with the Microsoft. Even though if you use the CSP, it doesn't matter, you must have any one of the support plan. Okay, so here you can raise help and support. So I will tell you what is the types of the severity we do have, how do we get it in the next coming classes. This is the settings, there you can change your themes, colors and whatever it may be. This is the notification bar. So while you deploy or delete, what is there any notifications from the Microsoft? There you could get all the notifications. Okay, this is the directory and subscription. So here you have only one directory. That is on Microsoft.com blindly. Okay. What is that triangle? That is my domain. My company provided domain. That is the CSP. My company is the CSP. My company has the capability to generate the subscriptions and provide it to their customer. Here, this is the subscription directory, right? See how many domains I have, how many directories I am eligible. Ante under part of one CSP, under main domain. Okay, I may work for multiple directories. MasterCard is one directory, Sandbox is one directory. There is no relation between MasterCard and Sandbox. They are all different domains. But being as a user, I am the architect for both of the directories. Getting it or not? So my username is what? Transdot, right? But MasterCard key, Sandbox key, there is no relation. So you could get access to manage this all the subscriptions such a way by managing your directories and the subscriptions. Getting it or not? So ఇవన్నీ మనకి యాక్టివ్ డైరెక్టరీలో వస్తాయి, but I am showing that how it will look. Okay. That is the Cloud Shell. The Cloud Shell is nothing but you can write the commands to manage the environment. It will be either bash or it will be PowerShell. That is the Cloud Shell. It's completely your wish. If it is a Linux machines, then you can go for bash to write the commands or script to manage the services. Else you could use the PowerShell. Okay. In the other side, these are all the services which is provided by Microsoft. If you see the plus symbol here, create a resource. What is this? Marketplace. What do you mean by marketplace?
Same service, other companies, other clouds also.
No. Just think in a layman. What do you mean by market? Market ante which is not related to you. If you could get any third party items as well. Okay. So now you would like to use Docker. There is no relation with the Docker with the Microsoft. Still, you can use this Docker from the marketplace. Marketplace like which is you can set up the Docker. If it is Azure services, ఇవన్నీ Azure కి సంబంధించింది. Artificial intelligence, resources, analysis, blockchain, compute. Compute లో ఏమేమి వస్తాయి? Network, IaaS machine, IaaS services వస్తాయి. As part of compute, IaaS. What is the virtual network and virtual machines? Okay, fabric services, containers, Docker container, Kubernetes, databases, Oracle, SQL, MySQL, okay, MongoDB, అన్నీ ఉంటాయి. Developer tools, DevOps, okay. Again DevOps, separate, identity, Active Directory. These are all the services. Coming to the networking, virtual network, VP, load balancer, application gateway, VPN. Okay, these are all the services. Okay, here based on our requirement, we would choose and we will create the services. Now, I'm going back. As per what is our requirement here? To configure the point to site. To configure the point to site, what is the mandatory resource group? So, just go to all service. Here you can see the resource groups. Just go ahead and so as of now there is no resource groups. Empty. Just add. You are creating the resource group now. So to create any service, you might follow some recommendations from the Microsoft. That is a naming convention. The names which you give to that particular service should have some standards. Plain to the Ramesh resource group. You have to follow some standards. That standards are followed look like this. Okay. Customer name. Okay. Customer name is the first priority. Okay. Environment, whether it's a production or dev or test, whatever it may be. Location. What is the location? You might have, as I told that you might have one subscription. Under the one subscription you have the multiple environments that is divided into the multiple locations. Okay. Then location, name of the resource, whether it's a VM or DB network, whatever it may. So why do I need to follow this? What is the use of this? By looking at the service, I could understand that what it is exactly. Let's assume that we have 1,000 virtual machines. If you would like to use particular virtual machine, how do you understand it? By looking at the name only, you need to understand. VM1, VM2, VM3 and all HR and 20,000 VMs. How do you understand it? What virtual machine does exactly, whether it's application VM or DB VM or whatever it may be. It's very tough to identify. For the identification purpose, we need to follow some standards. That is a naming convention, valid naming convention. So, if you have any doubts, Microsoft has some naming conventions. Business unit, subscription type, application service, deployment type, easy. ఇలా కూడా రాసుకోవచ్చు. Business unit ఏంటి? Whether your the name of your customer, subscription, whether which subscription, production, dev, application, what is the type of? Then deployment environment, easy. There are multiple ways, but as part of my experience, I recommended to have this customer name, environment name, location and name of the service. As part of this, what is the name I could give? So here, see, if I have the multiple directories or multiple subscriptions, you need to select it. Here in this part I have only one subscription, that is a free trial subscription. Let me show you my subscription. Understand.
Prashant, sorry to interrupt you.
Yeah, please.
So what is directory here?
Your directory is the subdomain.
Okay, kind of Amazon.com.
Yes.
Again, inside
No,
that
no,
Amazon.
Amazon.com is the
Okay,
parent domain, that is the tenant.
okay, tenant under that Amazon.in.uk.
Dot
That is
UK. That is
directly
the
you
directory.
mean?
Yes.
Okay, okay, got it. Thank you.
Okay. See. So I have two directories here. I am part of two directories, right? If you go and check, how many subscriptions I have? Multiple subscriptions. I mean to say one directory may have multiple subscriptions. This is one. One directory may have multiple subscriptions. Dev, test, production, right? See here you could see production, non-production. Likewise, you may have. So under which subscription you are going to create this service, you need to select it. Getting it or? Okay. Go to all services. So if you drop down it, you can get that based on your given the access, you could see the production. So as of now, I have only one subscription. That is a free trial. Now, what is the naming conventions I need to follow? So here, what is my customer? My customer is LCP. Okay, I will show you all this one by one. Customer చెప్పడం రిసోర్స్ క్రియేట్ చేసుకోండి అవన్నీ దట్ ఇస్ ద మ్యాండేటరీ థింగ్ ఓకే సో దెన్ ఎల్సిపి ప్రొడక్షన్ okay this customer is from where is this customer from Canada Other RG resource group. If it is a VM, you can create set the VM. Okay. So now, what is the region I need to select? US. So customer is from Canada. Canada. So why I did select Canada? The customer on-premises location is from Canada. So let's assume that being as this LCP customer, you are working from Hyderabad, from sitting at a TCS office or Wipro office, you are supporting to this LCP customer. So you no need to select Hyderabad. I mean to say South India. So your customer is from Canada. Their on-premises location is Canada. So behalf of your customer, you are working here. Getting it or not? So you must select the Canada. Okay. Just tag. What do you mean by tag basically? We have already had discussion regarding it. What do you mean by tag? So there you can create the tags to identify the particular service. This is the production resource group value production. Okay, just say review. So it should be get the validation whether you are giving any wrong information. It will check and then create the service. Now I have created the resource group. Just go to that. This is my resource. Control plus. Okay, now okay. So this is the resource group. What is our name of our resource group? LCP Canada. Okay. So this is the overview of your resource group. What is your subscription ID? What is the tag you have given? What is the deployments? As of now, under this resource, no deployment. So if you want to add any resource under this resource group, yes, you can add here. So once you click it, it will take you to the marketplace again. See, to select VM or VNet, whatever it may. Okay, if you want to delete it, delete, refresh, move. Move is nothing but if you would like to move this particular resource group to another subscription or particular service to another resource group, you can select. Okay, coming to the activity log. What do you mean by activity? Okay. Log in, log out, create the service, delete. This is the activities. So the activity, each and every activity will be captured. Now I would like to know that who created this resource group and when it is created. Right. This is the activity captured. See, created event initiated by Raja. Okay. When the started 2 minutes ago, succeeded 2 minutes. So this is how who logged in, who logged out, what are the activities they have done on a particular service. It will be captured each and everything. So ఇవన్నీ బ్యాంకింగ్ డొమైన్ వాళ్ళకు బాగా హెల్ప్ అవుతుంది. So they will analyze each and everything. They will collect all the logs. These logs will be maximum 90 days. The activity log will be actively stored into the buffer area into the Microsoft Azure for the 90 days. If you would like to get more, so we have to pay again to the Microsoft. All these logs will be stored in somewhere. Okay, we can store this activity logs in Azure storage. ఎందుకు 90 days తర్వాత default గా expire అవుతాయి కదా. If you want to store this for the long time, you can store this all activity logs into the particular storage for the reporting purpose. Okay, so access control. What do you mean by access control?
Oh, Prashant, is there any way to store the logs like from last 90 days to take backup of the?
Yes, that can be done.
So we need to download or what?
No. You need to send this all the logs into, so you can see that log analytics, right? So
Yes.
you can send this all the activity logs into the your storage area.
Okay.
For that you must have one storage account to continuously send these logs and store into the particular storage account.
Okay, got it.
For the logging, for the reporting purpose, let my your manager, someone ask you that who logged into these services on a daily basis. What are they doing activities? You can check here in a graphical way. Okay. So let's assume that you are working as in insurance or you are working as in a banking sector. So instead of 10,000, we have added 1 0 extra. but we could not identify it. Later 5 years or 6 years we found out that insurance అన్ని అలానే ఉంటాయి కదా, so future purpose, so you identified that that was the wrong. So then how do you know that who did it? You must have this all the logs to identify it. Okay, so ఈ డయాగ్నోస్టిక్ లాగ్ సెట్టింగ్స్ అని ఉన్నాయి, వీటి నుంచి వీ కెన్ పుష్ దిస్ ఆల్ ద యాక్టివిటీస్ ఇన్ టు ద పర్టికులర్ స్టోరేజ్ అకౌంట్. ఇవన్నీ మనకు ఫ్యూచర్ లో వస్తాయి, బట్ ఫర్ యువర్ ఐడియా పర్పస్ హౌ ఇట్ కెన్ బి డన్. ఓకే,
Thank
సో ఇప్పుడు మనం ఇక్కడ పుష్ చేయాలంటే వీ మైట్ హ్యావ్ వన్ స్టోరేజ్ అకౌంట్. ఆ స్టోరేజ్ అకౌంట్ యాక్సెస్ కావాలి, వాటి నుంచి మనం కెన్ సెండ్ కంటిన్యూస్లీ సెండింగ్ దట్. వీ నీడ్ టు రైట్ యాన్ క్వెరీస్ ఫర్ దట్. Okay, so when you talk about the log analytics, if you see that here in the log analytics, I will show you how to write the queries. That query is called as a Kusto queries. How to get the logs and store into the particular area. From that, how to generate the reports. We will see all of them in the monitoring part. Okay, so coming to the access control. What do you mean by the access control? So what is the advantages of ARM? Role based access control. Based on your role, you could get the access. That is the role assignment. These are all the role assignment. If you want to check the roles, just go here. These are all the predefined roles. How many RBACs are? 2 types. What are those? Predefined and custom. These are all the predefined roles which is provided by the Microsoft. See how many roles we have. If I say the owner has capable of ఏముంది అక్కడ? Just read. If I say read, if I say reader, select the name. Who is that guy? Else you can add here. Add role assignment. Okay, what is the role? అక్కడ మీరు చూసినవన్నీ ఇక్కడ వస్తాయి. What is that reader? Okay, for which service? Resource group. Okay, so ఇక్కడ ఒక disadvantage ఉంది. So this is the new subscription. Just I have created the subscription with what is the domain? Indian School of Business, right? So I haven't created any user, but వీళ్ళందరూ వచ్చేసారు. How it is possible? The domain, they are using the Active Directory, Azure Active Directory. So once you use this, automatically it will pull from there. So that is the backdrop. That is the backdrop of Azure AD. Okay. So here, so if I select, then this guy only has read access to this particular resource group. He cannot delete, he cannot edit, he can add any service. Getting it? That is the IAM access control. So if you want to use read, if you want to use a contributor, so you might get only contributor access in your real time. So if it is a owner, now we go simple ga, let's you manage everything except access to the resources. So the owner is who is having access to manage the subscriptions. At the same time, delegation. What do you mean by the delegation? And you are the new employee to the particular domain, that is Indian School of Business. Whom you create the access. Who is having the delegation access? He could give the access, but except the contributor do not have the delegation. Except all the features have the owner. Adi owner ki contributor ki difference. So contributor also having all the resource, all the access which is owner having, except delegation. The delegation is nothing but he has the feasibility to create the new user and create the new subscriptions at the level. Okay, you only n number of services. So based on your based on your activities, you can create the role assignment. Clear? So what do you want tag? You can have the tags as we discussed here. This is the tag of your production. Once you look at this, you can come to this the production virtual machine or production resource group like. So event. Okay, then this is used to collect the events. If you would like to add any event to the particular service, let's assume that if you can write the event that if any new user created, automatically assign that user to this resource group. Okay, if anyone try to create any service, please block them to add that particular service to this resource group. I mean to say you are creating some events. Okay, so by writing the function app, the function is nothing but it's a trigger. Function is used to make sure the trigger. So these are all the PaaS services. We can discuss more about when we talk about the PaaS services. Where the function triggers? What is the function app? Where it comes? Function app. It's part of app service. Okay, web app, mobile app, function app, and logical app. Right. So this is the function app which makes you use to get the events and triggers. Okay. Now this is the default blade. Overview, activity log, access control, and tab. These 5 are default blades for each and every service, not only resource group. Default blade for all the resources, not only resource group. Now I am done with the creation of the resource group. Now what is my next plan? What is the next step? To create the network. To establish the connectivity, you have to create the network. Okay. Then create the resource. What is your resource? Else you could see here. Just go to all services. You could see that virtual networks. That is a VNet. Just click it. Just say add. Now VNet create chain and blind you cannot do that. So what is the mandatory thing? What is the prerequisites you need to have to create a VNet? VNet ki prerequisites enti? IP address, okay, that you need to get from your customer. Okay, so how many services you are going to deploy under that VNet? Why do you ask this question? Based on that, you can divide it into the multiple subnets. Getting it or not? That is the two things you have to ask your customer. Okay. First, what is the name? So, customer has this IP address 172.168. ఇలా మీకు కస్టమర్ ఒక డాక్యుమెంట్ ఇస్తారు. These are all my registered IP address. Use this IP address to create that virtual network. Okay. See, location. What is the name of your VNet you have to give? కొంతమంది నేమ్స్ ఇస్తారు, కొంతమంది ఇవ్వరు. It's completely your wish. You have to follow the naming convention. That's it. Naming standards. Okay. Address space. Have to create your VNet. How many subnets he needs? See. He divided the same IP into the created using the CADR. He is divided into multiple subnets. What is the subnet? Public. Public content. That is a web front end application database. This is the entire application. Entire or multi-tier antaru kada. That is the entire. Dividing your application into multiple subnets. Okay. So forget about this DHCP, that we will talk about later. Okay. Here you don't need to worry about the DHCP. DHCP will be managed by the Microsoft. Okay. Now let's select and create the VNet. What is the LCP production virtual network from Canada? What is the address space? The range of your IP address of your customer with the CIDR range. What is the CIDR range? 170 to 168. 0 dot C. Okay, 1.0. How much? /20. If you give the /20, work avutunda avada? If you say yes, why? If it doesn't work, what could be the issue? What is this red symbol? It is showing that it is a not valid CADR block. ఎందుకు? Naming convention అయితే ఇక్కడే ఎర్రర్ రావాలి. It is particularly saying that it's not a valid CADR block.
Means public you haven't subscribed
ఏది?
every
ఆ IP అడ్రస్ నేను ఏం చెప్పాను? 172, 168, 192, 10 సిరీస్ ఏంటది? ఫ్రీ. అంటే if you use for the testing purpose, then they don't get any conflict. Okay, but ఎందుకు
Is it overlapping other addresses?
overlapping? No, it's that what I am saying. There is no overlap here. So this is the first VNet I am creating. Then how do you expect to overlap? This is the first virtual network, right? There is no services. So then there is no point of overlapping here.
Yeah.
Then బాగా అబ్జర్వ్ చేయండి, వెరీ సింపుల్.
There you have one
నిన్న చెప్పిన ఎగ్జాంపుల్ కొంచెం చూస్తే మీకు ఒక ఐడియా వస్తుంది. See, just calculate it. What I am doing? Let's okay. ఇప్పుడు నేను దీన్ని వెరీ సింపుల్. Done. ఏమైంది? Given the range of a CADR is not sufficient. అంతే. Getting it or not? If I give the /24, how many IP address will be generated? 256. Okay. What is the maximum IP address? 256 only, right, for one subnet? 20 అయితే ఎన్ని జనరేట్ అవుతున్నాయి? 4000 IP అడ్రస్లు వస్తాయి. Where is 256? Where is 4000? Getting అర్థమవుతుందా? 1.0, 1.1, 1.2, 1.255. That is the maximum, right? Okay. Am I right or wrong? So if you give slash 20, that generate 4096 IP addresses. That is only have the feasibility to create 256 IP addresses, but you are asking to create 4096. That could be the reason. So నేను ఇప్పుడు దీన్నే మరి వర్కౌట్ ఎలా చేయొచ్చు? Then how? Sorry. Slash 24. Then it is generating the IP address from 1.0 to 1.255 with the 256 IP address. Clear? So that is how you need to calculate it. నేను 20 ఇచ్చే వరకు ఏంది ఎలాగా? I change my subnet, not the host. అంటే one subnet capacity in 255. So I created multiple subnets with a multiple hosts. Then it is allowed you to create the 4096 IP addresses. Clear? Okay. So as of now, I don't have IPv6 address. Just we are using the IP4. That could be the reason I am not checkbox here. Then what is the subscription again? Free trial. What is the resource group? So that is the reason I do say resource group is the mandatory for each and every service. Then location. So by selecting the resource group, automatically you will get the location. So what is the name of the subnet? Subnet customer requirement enti public. What is the IP addresses for this subnet? Anta 192. Sorry. One 172.168.1.0/24. What I am doing? Among these 4096, for this particular subnet, I need 256 IP addresses. Getting it or not? So as of now, forget about these topics. We will talk about later. Then ever adigaru, what is the security for the virtual network? So this is the firewall. Once you enable this firewall, you need to create the firewall, then you have to enable it. So we'll talk about later. So this is the separate topic for the firewalls. Okay, the DDoS attacks and service endpoint. These are the different topics. We'll talk about later. Okay. So now just say create. So you don't, by default, while you creating your VNet, it has the feasibility to create only one subnet. It doesn't allow you to create the multiple subnets while creating the VNet. Once done with the subnet, creating the VNet, then you can add the multiple subnets. Just say create. That your VNet has created. Submitting your deployment. Usually it won't take this much time when you have the better bandwidth. Done. Just go to the service. This is your virtual network. Again, same overview, activity log, IAM, tax, come. Okay, so this is my VNet, right? So what is my requirement to create multiple subnets? As of now, I have only created one subnet. Just go back to your subnets here. There you can add your subnets. What is the next subnet? Front end. What is the range of your IP address for this subnet? Name it 1.0 for public. Now 2.0. See, if I give the 1.0, how many IP addresses created? 256, right? But here, how many it is available? Where is the rest of the 5 IP addresses? The 5 IP addresses will be reserved by the Microsoft. The first and last IP address. What is the first IP address? 1.0 and 255 IP addresses are used for the protocol. First 3 IP ante 1.0. Rest of the 3 IP addresses 1.1, 1.2, 1.3. These IP addresses are used for internal resources purpose. Even though if you create n number of subnets, 5 IP addresses will be reserved. And based on these IP addresses only, the internal communication will be happen for the protocol and resources purpose. Okay, so this is one of the interview question. Why Microsoft reserve the 5 IP addresses? What is the purpose? The first and last IP addresses is used for the protocol. Rest of the first 3 IP addresses will be reserved for the future services. And if just I have created this 172.168.1.0. If I create one virtual machine in that public, what could be the IP address of that VM? 1.4. 0 will be protocol. 1, 2, 3 are for the services. The 4 it start assigning from 1.4. That's how it works. Till 254. The 255 already assigned to the protocol again. Okay, this is great. So forget about all this. We will talk about in the next coming classes. This is the separate sessions we do have. Yes, we are adding the again. It is available 251 only. See again 251. Just add another subnet as part of the requirement. What is the last one? Database subnet. See, defaultly 5 will be reserved. Yes. So among the 4,000 IP addresses, just have utilized 750 IP addresses. Just to have almost 3,000 IP addresses. You can utilize for can divide in multiple subnets and you can use it. That's how you need to calculate with the IP address range to deploy your services into that particular services. Okay, this is how we can create the virtual network. Okay, now I can directly create this. You can see the connected device. What do you mean by the device here? Device is nothing but your servers, your virtual machines. As of now, I don't have. Okay, the address space. What is the address space? This is your address. Assume that I have created n number of subnets. I have utilized these 4096 IP addresses. Still, I would like to create some more virtual machines using the same VNet. How do you do that? For that, you can add again some new IP address, new range of IP address for the same virtual network. Okay, it's very rare scenario. Why? Because we can calculate properly to deploy how many services under the particular virtual network. Okay, so this is how we can create the virtual network. And going forward, you can see this all these services one by one. Peering entry, service endpoint, private endpoint. So all this will get into that one. Clear so far? How to create the VNet. So now I can deploy my virtual machines into this VNet. How do you provide the secure connection? I mean to say, I would like to create a secure connectivity. For that, you must have VPN gateway. Allowing the access and denying the access is different. That can be done using the firewalls. But I want to secure connection. The secure connection can be done using the VPN gateway. So tomorrow we'll see that how to create the VPN gateway. Clear so far? Any issues or any concerns? Very simple, right? Okay. Going forward, things will be complicated. So slowly, once you trying to deploy in the services, the complication will be start slowly. Okay. So, but if you understand this properly, it will be very easy. Okay. Clear so far? Any concerns or any doubts? Okay. Do practice it. Just create the net subscription and do practice it properly. Okay. Thank you.
We can talk about free trial